If you're an offer owner or a sales team lead, maybe you're running a sales organization for an agency or coaching services, whatever offer you are pushing out there into the marketplace, you know that the sales reps that report to you need coaching to get better, to improve their conversion rate, to improve their follow-up. And on a tactical level, you may be doing the wrong thing. So I'm going to be going over what we've personally used to grow to $1 million a month with 12 reps and all the tools involved with that. So there's actually 6 ways that you need to prepare yourself for this call coaching. Now, the first one is to be available when the reps ask for assistance. Okay, so we do this in our organization by having every sales team lead make their calendar available to the reps, and vice versa, the reps make their calendar available to the sales team leads. Okay, so that way we always know if somebody's on a call and when our sales team leads are available for doing coaching for the standard sales reps. As you can see over here, one of our reps, or our sales team leads, Kabir, he's prepped for his team call 10:15 every single day. And yes, sales training every single day is absolutely crucial. But what he also does at the end of the day is he audits the call recordings of every rep and doesn't listen to all the calls, okay, because that would take a bit, but selects one call, usually one that didn't go too well, right? And then reverse engineers what he would have done differently if he was that sales rep. And then in this coaching process, you'll find that reps may have strengths on the building rapport side, but just simply can't close. They don't have enough, they don't really help people take the action to move past whatever limiting beliefs that they might have for themselves. And maybe on the other end, somebody's a hardcore closer, but they haven't built a lot of rapport, and maybe their refund rate is high because they got somebody to make a super emotional decision without giving them confidence. So that way, after they make the transaction, they're also excited to get started and not just like, oh shit, what did I just do? So that is what you got to do in this process, is consistently be available. And it's in the morning and at night that a sales team lead should be scheduled in to be available. Now, what is not talked about in most sales organizations is in between calls, reps text their sales team lead, or they send over Loom videos, or they give the sales team lead a call with some help for maybe a prospect is having a hard time understanding the offer, or maybe the rep just isn't on point today and they need some extra help, an extra kick in the butt. And so during lunchtime, times in between calls, when the sales team lead is not taking calls, that's the perfect time for them to reach out and check in on their own reps, make sure that they're doing well. And remember, our sales team leads are all-stars. There are guys who should have the highest conversion rate, who should have the most sales experience within the offer itself. Okay, and not just that, but they're also a good coach. And in a sales organization, you want to have your all-stars be your team leads, because they're going to be leading by example most of the time. Okay? And you may find that as a sales team lead, your reps start copying some of the things that you do, some of the things that you say, maybe even your habits. Okay? Because they are trying to, if they are coachable enough, they are trying to redefine their identity as a sales rep to match that of somebody who is a high performer, who enrolls people left and right, and make sure that if somebody should be in a program, that they get their butt into the program, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing is to set your reps up with the right scripts. Now we're going to get into this in just a second, but before I get into the script, we have a ramping Bible built out for one of our offers. And in this ramping Bible, every sales organization should have some kind of a resource deck, whether it's a spreadsheet with little curriculum items, or maybe it's a whole training course. But we have a simple Google Doc to condense everything into one resource, especially whenever a rep gets started. Their first 2 months are crucial that they get training in. You don't want to have to repeat yourself over and over again as a sales team lead. You want to be able to record the so I'll give you an example. You want to record the guarantees that you can make on the call, if there are any guarantees. You need to record overviews of the tracking systems that you have. So it's both technical, tactical, and script-oriented and offer-oriented. So we have all these links to certain things that we send to our clients before the call, resources that our reps must be aware of and know inside and out. They have to know all the testimonials. They have to know all of the before and after results. They have to know the frequently asked questions, because in a way they are also a support personnel. And if somebody buys and they hit up their sales rep, that sales rep needs to be able to refer them to the right resource, as to not lose the sale or have the prospect lose confidence. Is this making sense? Because if you have a sales team that is also support oriented, you're going to have customers that keep coming back, and they'll want to get whatever the next thing is you have in the pipe. All right, and you build a lot of brand equity, and you build a lot of great relationships with these people. Okay, so you want to go ahead and talk about things that may be a little bit the harder conversations, like refunds and chargeback disputes, how you handle that, follow-up, CRM operations, setting up your email signature, personal Zoom link, how to configure all the tech stuff. Maybe you have a private group, or you have a curriculum for the offer. You want to make sure that they're in that offer and that they are aware of all the nuances of what the vehicle is doing to bring our customers from the point that they're at right now to their desired state. Okay? You have to be aware of how the vehicle, the mechanisms within that vehicle work. And it even helps to actively be a part of it. So if you're selling a stock market coaching program, it helps that you're investing in the stock market. If you're selling a program based off of training people on how to become professional hypnotherapists, it helps that you also practice hypnotherapy. Is this making sense? Likewise, if you're selling fitness, you can't just be somebody who's on your butt all day, never working out. You gotta live it, and as you live it, you'll further understand your customers' pain points and understand the importance of what you're giving to them. So that's an important thing. And so that's why, like, you can give somebody a script, but if they're not living it and they're not fully enveloped within the offer, that script is only going to take you so far. It's only going to take you so far. So we have our script right here that we use. Now, I want to let you know something. None of our reps use the script anymore, okay? Because they've memorized it, and there's just main points here. There's main points that they've got down. It's become muscle memory, and it becomes more of like if a doctor were to, after 20 years going into their office, sitting down with the patient, they don't have the script that they may have started using whenever they first opened their practice or first joined the medical clinic. No, they got it down. They know what to look for. They know what questions to ask and in what sequential order to ask it. And so your reps should be getting to that point. And let's talk about that script real quick. So you want to have a couple different variations. So if you have a customer base that comprises of different avatars, okay, ideally you want to work with the product or a program. You want to be selling a program and designing a sales team around like one core avatar. But if you have multiple avatars, then you need multiple scripts. Okay, there's just no way around it. If you're selling B2B and B2C, okay, if your offer can help both B2B and B2C, and when I mean B2C, I mean, let's say you have an agency offer that teaches people how to grow their marketing agency. Well, if you're selling it to somebody who has never built a marketing agency before, the conversation is going to be different than if you're talking to a $10 million a year agency. Okay, because there may be multiple decision makers involved, and there may be more steps to the process, and there's different objections that the $10 million agency is going to have, and then the guy who's just starting out that is trying to figure out how to get his freelancing gig up. Okay, they both could find value from what you're giving to them. Okay, they both could find value in the systems, the scripts, in the curriculum and the support, but they're both going to have different objections and reasons why they want to buy, reasons why they don't. B2B, mostly logical. B2C, mostly emotional, transformative, shifting the identity of the individual into that of somebody who's has everything that they want in their life. And the reason why they would have that would be to integrate the vehicle which you're selling them. Okay? So they have to make that connection. Number 3, you want to schedule specific times for the call coaching. So going back here, we schedule times in for our call audits and our team calls, but we have some team leads that they schedule it out. If we go back here, if we go a week back, some of these are meetings that are between an individual, the sales team lead, and then the rep. Okay, so we have another sales team lead over here, Phil Bahal. So he has his meetings with some people on the team, and these meetings can last for a whole hour. It's just going back and forth. It's just going deep into some of the call recordings and into the challenges that the reps are maybe having as they're working, maybe in their personal life. It's just important that you get fully integrated with your people. The faster way to do this, to maybe not do a 1-hour call, is to record Loom videos and have like a one-way communication with your sales rep. And that's what these call recording reviews are. So we do both, because not every sales rep needs to have a 1-hour call with their sales team lead, but some do. Some do. And I would even say you should try to train up the ones that are high performing. Give them more training. Focus more energy and attention on those guys. Okay? Because they're making you most of the money. You're always going to have outliers that make you more money than everybody else. Okay? And you want to give, because every rep has specific skills that they need to focus on. You want to prescribe to them the skill that they need to focus on these calls. Okay? So when they know in advance what you're going to be listening to on the call, then there's not going to be as much stress whenever they're having that call. Okay? Because if they know as they pick up the phone that the sales team lead that they had a conversation with the day before pointed out that they weren't really strong in their closing, or they weren't really strong in their objection handling, then they're going to consciously tweak that part of their process. Is this making sense? So you have to, if somebody doesn't know where they're messing up, they're not going to make the 2mm shift that could change everything. So you want to be very specific with them. You want to prescribe them the skill that they need to focus on. Okay? And if you already have invested into a sales training, which you should have already, whether it's Grant Cardone's, whether it's something that we put out, whether it's any kind of like sales training out there that is from top to bottom, from objection handling, closing the deal, giving the people a proper introduction into the company, building rapport, all that, you need to have some kind of like system, whether in-house built or with an external company training your guys on. You can't just go and buy Sam Ovens Consulting Accelerator, grab the script from that and be like, here you go, have fun, and we'll, and by the way, give me 50% closing rate, or else you're fired. That's unrealistic expectations. It's unrealistic. And if you want somebody like that is already skilled up, guess what's going to happen? They are usually going to ask for a 25 or 30% commission if they're good. Okay? And if your goal is to have a super lean, mean sales team that brings people in that are super motivated and are willing to work on 13, 15% commission and are happy to show up every single day, then you got to have these systems in place that I'm talking about over here. And you want to make sure that you have these goals set for the fifth point is to set a goal for the call with the rep. So they need to know the goal of the sales calls you monitor Okay? And the goal could be simply getting better at objection handling. Because maybe they've consistently got they've got people to stop and hang up the phone because they were tripping over their words and they couldn't handle an objection, right? Even though, I mean, the script could even be right there, but they could still not handle that right. Or maybe they have a problem with sounding natural, so maybe they sound too robotic. And they could be reading right off the script, but then the person on the other end goes, all right, dude, you actually don't know my situation, so screw you. I'm going to go talk to somebody else. And, that's a real problem. And it's normal because it's part of the learning process. But you want to make sure that you have the skill that they need to focus on and the goal that correlates with that skill. So if their goal could just be to have the prospect put a deposit in, okay, on that call, then that could be a big step for somebody just starting out. Okay. And the sixth thing you want to understand whenever you're doing these coaching calls, and the last one is you want to get context on the prospect. Okay. You want to look into the actual call recording if you're going to be doing a call audit, and usually in your CRM you'll have the application listed out within, we use Go High Level, and so it's right in the notes, the whole application of the prospect. You want to have context on this specific person and then also the channel that they're coming from. Because as a sales team lead, when you're reporting to your offer owner or the marketing department and you're having like a powwow, you're talking to them about lead quality, you need to be specific about, is lead quality bad from this channel or that channel or that channel? Okay? You gotta keep tabs on this. Because if lead quality is super awesome on paid traffic, but it sucks on organic, then that's a note that you have to make. And you're the weatherman in a sense. You have to forecast based off of the conversion rate from organic traffic coming in. If we were to do more organic related things, then we're going to increase our sales pipeline with more higher qualified leads. If organic is giving you higher qualified leads. Same thing with paid traffic. If you're doing paid traffic a specific way. And you could be spending X amount, like $200 a booked appointment on your paid traffic channels. And, all the leads could be wanting to come in and nobody wants to do a one-call close. They just want to put a deposit down. You got to make a note of that. So that way we can tweak the process. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. As you can see, we have a lot of people on this left-hand side of the calendar, and for good reason. When you have a system that's set up that runs right, when you got the ramping Bible, when you got the script, when you got the training, when you got the great sales team leads and a great sales team director and a great offer and support team, you can scale very, very quickly. And some people could even scale from $30K a month to $1 million a month in less than 18 months. It's totally possible. Now, if you're an offer owner right now and you're listening to all this and you're thinking, I need something like this in my business. I need a ramping Bible. I need better scripting. I need better integration with technologies. Then I put together a free case study. It's linked down below in the description. I'm going over how we scaled an offer to $1 million a month with a team of 12 sales reps, and by utilizing SDRs, organic content, and a little bit of paid traffic. Not a lot, a little bit of paid traffic. We were able to go from that $30K a month to $1 million a month in short order. So there's that case study down below. After you watch it, there could be an opportunity to book a time with us, and you'll probably either talk to me or somebody else on my team. And that call is really just about figuring out if there's any potential for us to work with each other one-on-one. If not, I got a lot of friends that provide solutions in the space of online business, and we could prescribe you to one of them based off where you're at. I don't like working with just everybody. So if you're just getting started with your offer, then scaling a sales team might not be a good fit, because you got to still prove product market fit. You got to have market resonance. You got to have case studies before you can really build out the assets that would support scaling a sales team, And I can't help everybody in that aspect. But if you've already proved market resonance, product market fit, and you've got like all these case studies, and maybe you have some low ticket offers, maybe you got a high ticket offer, and you're just having struggles getting your sales team to keep performing well, then this case study is definitely going to help you. And the call is, well, we may end up working with each other. Who knows? But go out, check that out below. Subscribe for more videos like this. I go in depth. I don't do a lot of pretty stuff. I get really in the nitty gritty, tactical. We have about 50 more documents that I could probably show you related to our processes. I'll show you on this channel. And hopefully you get a lot of value with it, and you can make a lot of money and change a lot of lives. My name is Blake Toves. Have a great day.